Good morning. It's Tanny the Canadian Stamper, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Victoria, BC, Canada. Today we're going to craft a Christmas card, but it's got some bluey tones to it, so it's not your typical Christmas card with a red and green to it all the time. There's my little thumbs up that happens all the time now. Facebook does updates and then I get funny little blurbs. Oh, there it is again. So maybe when I do something, it makes a little bubble. This is fun. Why does it keep doing that? Can you see that? Anyways, I craft every Saturday morning at 9 o'clock, rain or shine. It is raining. It's supposed to snow today, which is kind of exciting. And so I've done some prep work already for the card. So we're going to focus on a couple of, they're not techniques, but just sort of ways to sort of put some layers together and that kind of thing. Good morning for those that are jumping on. Let's flip you and get you rock and rolling. So something that happened this week that maybe is not common knowledge is that the Stampin' Up! Clearance rack was updated. And there are some pretty good deals happening on there. So I'm doing a group order. If you want anything or need anything from the clearance rack. So here's our bits and bobs. Let's go over the products that we're going to use today. We're going to use Joy of Noel, specifically this one right here. And then I've stamped these ones and we're going to stamp this and cut it apart for the sentiment. Joy of Noel. And then here are the dies that go with it, called Joy of Noel dies. And then we've got Stylish Shapes dies. And then this embossing folder, which is probably called Snowflake something. This is what I'm confused about. Where's a piece of paper? If you cannot see, maybe you can see there. I don't have my comments now. If you can see, here's my confusion. It's not a lot of snow here and snow here. Some people are putting the card that I'm casing today from Heather Thomas, who's part of the 2023 Stampin' Up! Artisan Design Team. She's got it going this way. So here's my question. Is this the correct way or is this the correct way? Because I feel like this could be snow and this is coming down, or this could be snow and it's piling up. I think it's an ambidextrous embossing folder. Good morning, Pam. What do you guys think? Okay, so there's my confusion. I had it with this card and I had it with some other cards that I used the folder on, but I think it works both ways. So we're gonna do a little bit of coloring. Just gonna hold up. So I've got my blends, my Stampin' Up! Blends. So there's our color palette. Lost Lagoon, Pool Party, and Azure Afternoon. Sorry, I can't see myself, but so I think I'm in camera. I think I'm good. Hi, everybody. I see you jumping on. Good morning. Yeah, Christine, either way. I agree. Yeah, see? It's an ambidextrous embossing folder. Okay, so here's our pieces. We have, we're using Balmy Blue because it matches our ink. Pardon me. Well, blends. And then we've got Azure Afternoon ink, which matches our ink. And then some white pieces. So here's our embossing folder. Do you see it? I think it could go this way, or it could go, I like it this way. Makes it seem like the snow is coming down. This is what's happening. I'm doing it this way. Oh, hi, Michael. Welcome to it, friends. You were saying that you missed last weekend. Now, if anybody does not know, I encourage you to click on Michael Cunliffe's name in the comments, maybe after the live, and go to Michael's page and see his, do you call it a gratitude tree, Michael? What is it? I'm following each day to see what you put up there and doing my best to action the steps. So Michael does it every year and it's awesome. Okay, so here's Pool Party ribbon. This is a trick from my friend Pam, who buys these hair elastics to go around and keep your ribbon from unraveling. Great tip. All right, so I've done a little bit of prep work already. So I have stamped this big one here in Memento Tuxedo Black ink. So you want to use Memento Tuxedo Black. Oh, if Jan is on, Jan, I saw you had a question, what's the difference between Memento Tuxedo Black and Stays On? So Memento Tuxedo Black is good for when you're using alcohol markers and you're coloring. Stays On is when you want to use, Stays On when you're doing watercolor. I mean, you could use Memento as well when you do watercolor, but Stays On is better. Maybe somebody else has some ideas as to when you would use Stays On. It'll stain your stamp because it, get it, stays on. Okay, I'm just gonna finish coloring this so you can see, can I zoom in? Let's get cheeky and try. Oh snap, look at that. I totally zoomed in. So proud of myself. So I'm doing light Lost Lagoon. So when you have stamped images like this that are hollow with the negative space in there, then it's good for coloring. I mean, you can color other images that have a lot of black on them, but these ones are meant for coloring like this. And then you want to take the dark. So there's the two tips. I prefer the brush tip, and you want to use the lines in the stamp as your shadows. So when you're coloring, I'm not an expert, but I took a couple of classes with coloring. When you're coloring, you want to use the shade, the black, what am I trying to say? This in here, the veins, for example, is where you follow to have a bit of shadow. So there's that one. We're going to do it again over here. So I'm doing light first. So you could color in the whole image, or you could leave it half. Let me do one whole and one half. It's just so you can see the difference. And I encourage you, if you have Stampin' Up! Blends, just stamp an image and try coloring it to see what works for you, what kind of style you like, and then you will sort of find what works best. I like to sometimes color the whole thing, the whole image in with the light, and then go over it with dark to blend in the shadows. That's just personal preference. It's very subtle. Okay, so here's this. So you can see, am I in camera? Yes. So here's this one fully covered, and then the veins, which would be similar to this one. And then this one is, this is the light side, that's the dark side, which would be similar to this, where you've got the light and then here's the dark. This is Pool Party. So we're gonna do this one next. So I'm gonna do light Pool Party with my brush tip. And for this one, I'm just gonna go the whole thing. And then I have my dark. Morning, Nancy. Oh, Jan, with your internet, poor thing. It's always a thing for you, girl. I feel some frustration for you with that. So this one is super soft and easy with the light. I'm trying to get an ombre effect. So I've done the whole thing in light, and then I do just one side, whichever side I want my shading on is where I just add a bit of dark. And then I don't go over it again with the light. That's it. I missed one little guy here. So Lost Lagoon and Pool Party, or you could just do it like this. Just do one color and that's it. You see the difference? They all work. They all work, friends. Okay, here's Azure Afternoon brush tip. And I'm gonna just add, so sometimes the images are too small to kind of do some blending, or my skills are not developed enough to have mad skills like that. So that's sort of like this one, it's pretty small to be adding shading. You know, practice makes perfect. Actually, I think I might do light with this one just to mix it up. So what's going on today? I have housework, Christmas prep, and school. I'm not sure if Lance is going to go for a bike ride today. It's pretty dark and gloomy. Just going to fill these in. Now, this is with Pool Party, And I'm not sure if I'm gonna use these, but we're gonna cut them out just in case. So next weekend is the kit together. So we're going to go down to, I think, the Quality Foods maybe, down here in Coral Bay. So you bring a kit, you can do your last minute Christmas cards. That's what I'm gonna be doing. All right, so we're gonna do some die cutting. I just want to have less to go into the machine. All right, so, oh, I have to zoom out. Whoops. Hi, Kate. Oh, there we go. Look at me zooming in and out. All right, so here's the mini. Nancy's going to a tea party with some of our team members, so that's Stampin' Up! Team members. Decorate and deliver cheesecake and pick up my Christmas cookies. Oh, did you do a Christmas cookie exchange? I feel like that's what happened. That's exciting. All right, so I'm gonna do this. You slept in, Kate. Oh my gosh, that's crazy talk. Good for you. I feel like I should have some washi tape to help hold this down, but I don't know where it is. I might have a Post-it note. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. So with the mini, I find things move around quite a bit. So I'm just using the little Post-it note to help hold it down. So then we're gonna sandwich. And I know some of you struggle with the sandwich in this one. I have struggled too. Struggle is real. You just gotta, well, not just. Sometimes you just have to offset the plates. And by offset, I mean this. Ready for the magic? Oh snap, look at that. Perfectly die cut. All right, so now in my dies, I've got this one that'll match here. And then this die set has 3 of these, which is awesome when you have little tiny pieces. No, I have a private cookie baker enlisted to bake and decorate sugar cookies for my work team. Oh my gosh, I want to be on your work team. Okay, so I'm just lining this guy up. We're gonna do one of these, and then we're just gonna add these. Well, it sounds like Zach is up. There was a Christmas gift that came in for Zach yesterday from Amazon, and he gets the mail as part of his chores, and he's shaking it, and he's like, Mom, this is a video game, and it's out of its case. And I'm like, what are you talking about? What? So then he goes to get one of his other video games that's in the case, like in the disc is locked in, and he shakes it, and there's no sound. And then, oh, here he comes. Morning, Zachary. So then he takes the case, opens it, pops the CD out so it's not in the case, and so it's not locked in, and he shakes it, and then he takes the package and he shakes it, and they sound very similar. He's like, see, Mom? Like, well, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know why you'd be getting a video game in the mail. Oh well. All right, let's bring in all of our pieces. Well, we have to stamp our sentiment. So I have the sentiment mounted here. We're gonna do it 2 times. Am I in camera still? I am. So I have this. I have my Azure Afternoon. You guys are having your little chat there about cookies. I love it. Decorating experts. Now, there is a gal out here in West Shore. What's her name? Her company is Island Cookie Jar. I totally want to do one of, she does classes out here, like cookie decorating. They look super good. So I want to go try. Island Cookie Jar. All right, So let's put this away. Now we're gonna want to cut these apart. And the reason why is because I want to get creative with my sentiment. So sometimes people cut their stamps apart. I've done it too, I won't lie. But I don't want to do that with this one. Sometimes with a stamp it's not a big deal to just cut it in half and then you can still use it. However, sounds crazy, right? But it happens. As crafters, we get right crazy cutting up our stamps. So this, I'm being a bit finicky here. You could just stamp and, you know, cut a rectangle and put it on and it would be lovely. Just thought I would get a bit creative, but it might be a bit finicky for some of you. So you do what's best for you. If you decide to make this card, the design itself, you can do it with any number of different stamp sets. It's conducive. Okay, I don't know if I need both. I think I may have done a good job going around them. Yep, making. So now I just have an extra sentiment. Oh, and for those who were at the Craft and Chat last weekend, the box of goodies have arrived. And I was in Vancouver this week. I started a new job, so I'm a little bit behind, but I do have those ready to go. So I will message you after this, get the box unpacked and your stuff organized. All right, let's assemble and then we're done. All right, glue of choice. And then if you have this embossing folder, you can decide which way is which. My glue's a bit clogged. There we go. All right, so I'm going this way. Perfect. I forgot to use my bone folder. Let's do that. Now, let's do it dry. So we're gonna do this one. We're gonna add some ribbon. I kind of wanted it to be silvery in behind, but that's not happening because I don't have any silver ribbon. I used it all. I made up some kits for someone. 24 kits, candy cane kits. And I gave her all my silver ribbon. Gotta reconnect. Talk to you soon. Yes, Jan, we're supposed to meet after this live. Oh. We're supposed to meet via FaceTime, I think. So let's go. So I put that on the back so that it stays. Just opening this up a bit. Yep, that's good. Let's chop these. 70 hot chocolate holders. Oh, I need to get you some paper too, Christine. Real red and cherry cobbler, you said. So I will put that in your little package. All right, so now we're going to take our layers. This is where the magic happens. This bugs me. So we're gonna do like this. We're gonna go like this. And we're gonna add some layers. So I think I'm gonna pop this up all over the back. Yeah, so I started my new job and I was in Vancouver and I went back to work in the office yesterday, and my team, my old team, I guess now, they decorated my new office with balloons and streamers. It was so sweet. It brought tears of joy to my eyes. I felt very special. It was super kind of them and such a fun surprise. It was great. All right, so because we're covering up some of the pop dots, I'm just gonna add some glue so that the pieces all stay down. What do you think of the color palette with the blues? I think it's a nice change from red and greens. I love me some red and greens, however, yeah. So don't be afraid to cut your pieces apart to get more out of them, especially if you're putting stuff in behind other things. Faux show. So I think I'm gonna make a little, we have all of our little pieces that we colored, all of our separate pieces. So I think I'm gonna add them. This is what's gonna happen. And then we're gonna add the sentiment. Boom. So don't get crazy with your glue. A little dab will do ya. I'm getting some Christmas cards from some of you, thank you. I have not sent mine out yet. That's a weekend project. Is anybody not sending Christmas cards? Just out of curiosity. Sometimes people take a break. Okay, so I'm gonna pop up the sentiment piece for dimension. So if you missed at the beginning, if you're not aware, the Stampin' Up! Clearance rack was updated this past week. So it's got, just remember your paper that matches some die sets. There's a DSP in there that matches, it's like it's not the sea, but it's like sea creatures. So I always try and grab the paper that matches the dies. Okay, I think I'm gonna go right here. So this side is lower than the rest of it. You might not be able to see it. So when it's not even, I'm just gonna add another dimensional in behind this. Just stack them. Nailed it. So what will I do with these teeny tiny little pieces? I think I'm just gonna glue it down and keep it simple. I think if I was gonna make this again, I might use a different color for my sentiment, just so it stands out a little bit more. I feel like maybe the sentiment gets lost in here a little bit. Making spirits bright. I really like the color palette. I think it's pretty. So we're just gonna add these extra little bits where we think it needs to have filler. And don't forget about this piece if you needed to, I mean, I don't think I need it. Oh, sure. I mean, what else is gonna happen to it? It's gonna get tossed is what's gonna happen. So I might as well use it. So it's a lift and tuck situation right there. Perfect. And I am gonna add a couple more of these and some gems, and we're done. Yeah, so craft and chat next weekend. Now kit together next weekend. The craft and chat, the next craft and chat is, where's the calendar? The first Saturday in January. And Celebration is coming. If you're a demonstrator, you know already, because we're already allowed to pre-order. I have a box of goodies that I haven't opened yet. Let's go this way with that one. So Celebration is where if you spend $60, you get a free item. if you spend $120, you get to choose from a different set of free items. And it's $60 from any catalog. So there's a new catalog that shows up January 4th, I think. That's too big. So these, what are these? Iridescent rhinestone basic jewels. So I think I'm gonna go 3. I do have some, these ones, which are festive pearls. And I feel like these might be soft succulent, which would go well, but I feel like there's already a lot of kind of pool party sort of shades. So I just want something that adds. I'm adding more, because why not? I do them in odds. Yep. Love it. So that's it. Well, everyone is special, but I can only do so many. Oh, send out lots of cards. Yes. I think I'm not going to kill myself this year. Like, who can do 100 handmade Christmas cards and work and masters and family and it's a lot. So you're right. I feel ya, Kyle, with only some people, but maybe mix it up each year, you know? So if you get a handmade card this year, then maybe not next year. You can alternate. There it is. There's our project. What do you think? I love it. I love the different colors. Just different. I'm going to chop this one so it doesn't hang over. Okay. So kit together is next Saturday. If you want to join, you just bring a kit and you come and craft. You come and hang out. And then first Saturday in January will be the next kit craft and chat. Thanks, Nancy. Thanks, Pam. Hope you have an awesome weekend. Stay warm. We'll see you during the week or next Saturday. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.